Okay, 1 second. Had to reboot my machine. Clean it off. I really haven't. I played like a couple of closest to the pins in the last few days, but that's about it. Might actually warm up with that. I just rebooted my machine, so I think online play should be there, but I don't think events will be there. But I want to warm up with like a casual closest to the pin, and then if you guys want me to play anything, just let me know. If not, I'll play like Castleshire, Coral, or something like that. I'm gonna switch to stouts for this, and probably the new 2020 bag or whatever. Yeah, this one. It has the super spin irons, but it's okay. Those are not the best to use with stouts, though. Up 7, so this should rip back quite a bit. Not enough. Right on line, though. Look at that. Probably would have been right by the right edge. Drinking this beer I picked up from Winco. Santa Fe Brewing. It's a Java stout, which is funny because I'm using stouts, but only for closest to the pin. I don't really like to use them in 18 hole. Let's leave this naked. If I put bite on it, it's never going to get to the pin. Yeah, overcut it. See, I'm playing the wind for if the wind was actually going to blow it a little bit, but not with stouts. Got to get that out of my head. I've been playing the Golden Tee Mobile the last few days. I was basically boycotting that game, but now I'm bored. And I'm like, wonder if I could qualify for like both of these. That'd be cool. Bust a fool up there. A little bit harder, or we could put like release on it or something. Roll. High T even. So this 9 wood, it does go a lot shorter than what the distance marker shows for it. If I'm hitting like an 80 mile an hour, like a nice low thumb, I'm going to expect this to land about 172, and then a little bit of wind, so probably 173. So I don't think I can thumb this there. I'm going to have to go up a club. A little bit out to the right. Not bad. Check my messages. Okay. All right. I was making sure. Got 2 viewers, so I was making sure that worked for Nakia. Cut that back in. 8-10 degrees to the right. And send it out a little bit right, probably 5 degrees. Come on. A little bit harder and it would have hit the green and checked over when it hit. Yeah, I'm a bit rusty. And man, we're all gonna be rusty. Whenever the bars start opening back up, that's gonna be crazy. I'm hoping what they do is like with poker tournaments, they have what's called guarantees. Oops, I wasn't even thinking about that. A little too hard. And basically, it makes the tournaments get bigger. I'm hoping they do that just to get people to go like, oh yeah, I used to love going and playing Golden Tee, because I'm afraid whenever the bars open back up, it's probably going to be slow for a while. It might take like, 6 months to a year to get back up to the same prize pools that we had for Money Shot and the daily contests. I could be way wrong, but they could definitely get back in the game if whenever things start looking good, just add a little bit of money to those prize pools and get people excited. What do I have in this? A 6? No, 7. 7 with release should be fine. And don't hit it too crazy hard. Felt like that was a little right. Yeah. That meter just shows it leaning a hair to the right. Looks like it's dead straight, but it's definitely a little bit right. I was a little hesitant to stream because I have been bumming it up for like the last week or two, so kind of just shoved everything to that side of the room. I had like laundry baskets and stuff piled up. Not expecting that wind to push it back too hard. That was a good line. Need to hit a little harder. Should know though, when you do cuts like that, you're gonna lose distance. Okay, so I think I'll just jump into it. Go to my, let's see, 18 hole. What do I do? Oh yeah, I haven't done this in like a long time. I've been playing events. I'll do some castle first. That's pretty fun. All I got's my card swipe on this machine. I don't have a keypad. I would like to get a keypad. So for this course, I use a bag that has 3 drivers because there are a lot of situations where you want that 8.5 like this. You want 8.5. 9.5 definitely works, but sometimes it gets stuck. And the 8.5 gets stuck too, but not as often as the 9.5. Oh, God. Almost fell forward on that. Yeah, 9.5 would have been fine there, but sometimes it's like a 410 look instead of a 392 or whatever that was. Who messaged me? Screenshot Oakwood. Hey, I'm gonna post my stream link real quick to not Golden Tee Fan. I'll do it in Home Edition. Don't want to annoy people. And I'm not sure how long I'm gonna stream. Maybe an hour, maybe 2. I don't know. So this one we could go straight at it, but with the wind, and we're probably gonna want to IT it. I don't know about that. I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, that's fine. We're also using streaks. I don't know if I noted that. The only other ball I've ever used on this course was when I was trying arrows, because this course is wide open. There's no trees you gotta curve it around or anything. It's all straight shots, and if you can pull it back and hit a straight shot with arrows, they fly farther than any ball in the game, and it's definitely noticeable. And I tried, I don't know, 4 or 5 rounds with arrows, and I was like, whoa, these take a lot to get used to. Because it's like you could have a 3 wood, and I don't know, with a certain wind, it'll fly 300 and, or whatever, 305 yards or something. We'll just use for an example. If you hit like a 130, well, if you hit a 135, it'll fly 320 yards, and that's a huge distance when you're trying to land this like green size area. I don't even think this is going to get there. I'm expecting this to land about 173 and then trickle up to the pin. Lands 176. I was a little off there. That's something I've been working on though, just trying to like give myself a little game to play while I'm doing this, like guess where it's going to touch down and where it's going to roll out to. That's definitely something you need to do anyway if you want to get really good at the game. Oops, I shot that out a little bit to the left. Thumbs are a little rusty. Hey man, all right, the mouth commented on my Facebook post. It's awesome. I don't want to like hammer this all the way because it'll definitely go past the pin. So probably like a 135. Oh God. I barely touched it. Oh, that's gone. Probably should have used backspin. But like I said, my everything, is rusty, even my brain, so I gotta get back into the groove. Yeah, even that shot. Darn it, why did I think that would work? That's deep grass, not rough. I could get that there, but I gotta hit it. I should have just played it safe. Completely blew up that hole. It's okay though. This one, I've never driven the green, but there are some shorter tee boxes that you can ramp it into that hill, and I've got it really close. And I've chipped in from there quite a few times too, but I've never driven it to the green. Ah, God, yeah, a bit rusty. I thought that was going to come up short. For some reason, I've got my mindset on rough. I was on the fairway. Hey, that's an easy look. We can thumb this and make it. I'm just going to leave it naked. Actually, I think if we thumb this, it's going to come up short. It's not going to touch the green first. It's going to hit that hill. But that might help us. We'll see. Nah, okay. Nah, a little softer. Wow. 101. Haven't played in a few days, and I'm hitting it over 100. Ew. This is definitely not there. Oops. I don't care if I get it in the rough on this. Really don't care. Because that'll actually help us. We can use like backspin now, and it really won't rip off the green. Or bite, but I'm going to use backspin. Doesn't matter. I really didn't think it would rip back that much, but that's fine. Still safe. Yeah, ugly hole on 6. I remember when I was trying to qualify, that hole was a round killer too often. I'm like, yay, this is a great round so far. I'm like one better, and nope. And sometimes that hole's just not there. Oh God, that's terrible. Really didn't think that through. There we go. Oh, I thought I had it. I'm getting better at my sand chips. Or chips, where the pin is like way above you, like the green's like up on a plateau. And the reason for that is because rattlesnake. Oh, I didn't think that through at all. Should have had some bite. But I played a lot of rattlesnake last month, or actually not last month now, in February. And hole one will definitely well, when you're that close to the wall, that's not fair, but I was basically on hole one of rattlesnake. I was taking it down into the sand right before the green and chipping up onto the green from there instead of, hitting it to the fairway. And it seemed like I was holing out quite a bit from there. This could be a thumber. I'm afraid to use tees because I'm so used to the Vince mode where it costs tees. Ah, it's too hard. The only other option is to club down to like a 5 wood or something like that, and that way you can hit it really hard, pull it back, hit it hard. You can get that extra backspin. But don't have to always try to make the ball. That's crazy. Actually, I wanna do a full here because it's gonna land left of the pin. This will work. No click full. Just leave it right on the pin. Cut it full one direction. And then hit it straight up. Well, it was a little bit out to the left, but watch. Oh, it had a chance. It had a chance. I had an idea there. And it's basically almost the same thing as clicking out to the left. Almost. But I love it when yep, you've got like a sand wedge and I think even a gap wedge. You can no click fulls on I don't know, like 11 to 13 miles an hour usually. I, I I don't know if that's exact, but it's somewhere in there, and you can mess around with that and still be pretty safe. Figure it out from there. Okay, so in events mode, a lot of times I laid up to basically exactly where that marker is, just to the right of that bunker. But this is very easily doable here, so I'm gonna go for a full. Could have used the 8-5 easily. This one I think I'll click out instead of hitting a full because I don't want to be sending the ball back into a right six. It's kind of crazy. I kind of want it to come in this way. Oh. Almost. One second. Beer burp. Oh my gosh. The foam. So cold. And this is another hole why I love a 3-driver bag on this course. And it's not just me. Other players have put this idea in my head. But 9-5 is great here. If you just have an 8-5, 10-5 bag, you're like, well, crap, what do I do? High tee a 10-5, that's easy for a lot of people, but I want to retain that backspin. So I'm going to use this medium tee 9-5 and send it out around that. I'm going to have to hit it really hard. Cut it back just a bit. And, darn it. Look at that. That's a beaut. Very safe way to play that. And hole 16 can be a nightmare though, so that's definitely a round killer hole right there. Glad I did it. Okay, I'll hit you up. Thank you. You know what? I'm not going to put anything on this. I'm going to go back here, low tee it. I shouldn't have low teed it. 13 wind. Come on, man. That's so bad. Whatever. It's just practice. I'm definitely rusty though. Yeah, not even close. Kiss my butt. So that's 2 holes that were basically exploded this round. Don't really need backspin. Actually, if we use backspin, there's no way we can really get it to the pin. That's a nice safe play actually, but I'm going to try to get it to the pin a little bit. Why not? Darn it. Gotta hit it harder. Yeah, I should have known that. Okay. Uh, Whatever. All right, I'm gonna play Coral after this. See if we can drop a decent score. That was pretty bad. I think I only messed up, 4 holes, but and one of them was a par. Oops, don't want to do that. All right, for this one, I'm probably gonna use streaks as well. I just don't see why not, and it's the same bag that we were using the last round. 3 drivers. Generally, you only need 2. Sometimes you want the 8-5, but I don't really know which hole it's needed. It's the 9-5 that's important on this course because there are some holes that you could basically go. I think it's hole 14. You can go like straight at the target on a certain spot. I don't like shoving it back that much. It makes it go lower. We're gonna try it. Actually, let's go down another. Nice 148. Look at that on a straight hit. And I'm a scrawny dude. Like, look at that. Not even trackball's wider than my arm. Wasn't really trying to bump it that hard. Actually, we wanted it a little more to the left, I guess. Straighten out that wind. It's pretty straight, but not as straight as I'm looking for. A little bit left. It's too much left. Needed just a hair left. That was about 2 degrees. For anyone just tuning in, I'm not sure how long I'm going to stream. I have no clue. Make sure my mic's on. Like I technically Well, I don't want to talk about that, but yeah, I don't know. Not sure how long I'll stream. Ooh, I threw that way too far right. No, this is one CJ had so much trouble with the last few days. I think it's just a hair to the left and then just hit it straight. The 4 wind should take it enough to counter this left 5 if I just hit it straight from here. Looks good. Let's see if I got the right power. Been playing the stout so much. Thought that would work out. So yeah, we needed a little more left. The wind blows it a lot harder than I thought compared to stouts. Ooh, this is a bad pin to lay up back here. It's not terrible, but it's definitely about the worst it can get. We really can't realistically go for it up there. I mean, we could, but we're just gonna go back here. Cut it a little, put it on the left side of that fairway, make it easier to cut it into that pin. You know, we could pull it back and smash it out, and I think that's actually a really safe play. I think I'm going to do that. Hair to the right. I thought that would cut the distance off the ball. That was a little wrong there. Not bad though. That was very safe. This one I like the wind to be blowing the other way. That way we can try to get it real close to the green and then chish it in from there. I love that chish shot. I'm not as good as I would like to be at it, but I'm definitely getting there. Might even attempt it from here. Nah, we're going to be too far. Don't like this. I'm just going to leave it naked. Pull it back a little bit to the right and toss it out so we don't hit those leaves up there. Nah, I thought that would land about pin high. Ew, almost missed that. Ow, my arm's on fire. So this shoulder the other day, I was riding my bike with my wife, my actual Schwinn bike, not like a Harley Davidson, and I was like, I wonder if I can pop a wheelie up over a curb like I used to do on like this giant, street bike instead of like a BMX bike like I used to ride. I got up the curb just fine, but when I like yanked up the handlebars, I swear, like I pulled this arm straight out of my socket and like ripped. And I was like, oh yeah, I nailed it. She's like, yeah, you got it. Like inside, I'm like, oh god, that hurts so bad. She don't want to say anything. See, yeah, I've been dealing with that for like, I don't know, a week. My shoulder's kind of on fire. Too old for that, I guess. I haven't tried to do a bunny hop or pop a wheelie up a curb in like 20 years. I don't know. This one, I'm just going to go straight at it. I'm going to cut it back a little right, toss it out a little left. I think the 8.5 gets above these little leaves, these medium tier leaves. We should be fine. I don't think I'm going to actually put anything on it. Bite's good. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it got there safely, but I smacked that tree. I could have avoided that. But that was a way too hard of a hit, too. I thought I needed to hit it that hard. It's kind of weird. Oh, snagged a tree. I guess it was only a 50-yard chip. I could have clubbed up to like a 5-iron or something, tried to chip it in. 6 wood. I don't know. All right. So I messed up a hole. No big deal. I think I'm going to do the same thing I did on that last hole, on this hole. But I go back here and I'm going to low tee it. Backspin's fine. Oops. Hit a little bit too short. I think that last hole just scared me. Could have tried to chip with like a 5-iron there. Make sure I've got my mic activated. Hooray. Yeah, those last 2 holes were a killer. This one sometimes is there, but I don't think the wind is strong enough to get it there. I think it's strong enough to get us out to that fairway, though. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Nah. Should be fine, though. Not a whole lot in our way from there. Actually. Come on. Gave it a shot. I might have to get another beer here in a second. This one, okay, so my style, and I'm not knocking on anybody else and what they prefer to do. Like I respect any way you can make this or get it close. But my style for this, I'm looking at this like it's a severe slope. It's a left 6, and the wind is kind of helping that. So I just want to send it against that. And I know I can do that by cutting it this way and tossing it out, letting it curve back in, like a taco shell shape, curve, banana, whatever you want to call it. But I'm more comfortable with this style. So what I'm going to do is I know if I cut this full, it's going to land right at the pin. So I'm going to cut it a little bit less than full. And the full probably would have been best there. But it's good to be like thinking out shots like that, even though it didn't worked out safe, but it didn't work out, exactly how I wanted it to. But it's still good to think about that stuff. And now you know for next time. Try to cut it more right than that. Ew, that's awful. My chipping game's probably so bad right now, I haven't had to have a chip. Okay, got it. Barely. So there's no full we can hit here to get it back to that pin. We can barely make it on the green if we hit a full here, so we're gonna have to click back once more. This is doable. We're just probably gonna have to hit a spinny to hold it out to the left. I guess not. could have swore that would have cut back right. And yes, I'm a bit rusty right now. Don't need to keep saying that. Ah, too high lofted of a club to be looking to make that chip. You got to study those spots a little better. This is the hole that you really want the 9.5 for. There's a couple other spots, but if that wind was like slightly positive, we would just high tee this and crank it dead straight, and it would make it right up on that green, no problem. You're like, well, is it worth it to have 3 drivers in your bag for that situation? Well, the rest of the bag's perfectly fine, you know? Why not? Actually, maybe for this bag you could have like a 3 hybrid as well. Be better, but it's still fine for me. Ew, why'd I send it left? Yep, I'm probably gonna need another beer. This is the hole where sometimes you want hybrids for, but I think I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. I think so. Ah, nope. Clipped the leaf, didn't I? Ah, nope, I cut it too hard. Huh. And I really didn't need to play it that way. I was just goofing around. But usually a low T 8 wood will get up under those leaves, and if not, you just want to thread it through those gapped trees. Which sometimes it takes like throwing it out more to the 3 than you would think. It's really weird. Yeah, this is a terrible round. Not impressed with this. Kind of worries me. Like, crap, how long is it going to take me to like get back in shape? I'm just going to do a 2-click full. Oops, that's too much. Oh, I rolled it. Whoops. God, I'm playing bad. I was trying to backspin that. Whoops. It's okay. This ain't for money or anything. Don't really care. Just warm up and practice. And beer. We need more beer. I think sometimes this one's here. Like if the wind was blowing straight at the pin and you had a very short tee box, and I think the wind's got to be like 16 or something. But every time I've tried it, when I've had perfect conditions, tried it with the 8.5, I smacked the front of that clip, and that's with like the maximum power you can hit it. So I'm thinking maybe the 9.5 does it. So there's no way you could really use high tee and expect to stop it on the green. You might get down to like the bottom end of the green, which would be a good spot for a chip. I'm gonna go grab one more beer. I'll be right back. I need like 10 seconds. But if anyone has any course recommendations, go ahead and leave them in chat. If not, I'll just play something on my own. Be right back. Okay. Well, no recommendations, no big deal. I'll just pick something. But yeah, we got to get this rust knocked off. I've got this USB extender now. It used to be like this cord would hang down right here and it would get in the way of my shots. Now it's like I got so much more room. It's great. I'm gonna go ahead and play Jamaica. Then after that, I might just go ahead and finish the cycle. I'm not sure. For this course, I'm gonna change to Barrage. Gotta get that beer off my hand. Make sure my mic is active. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is a great setup for Barrage, and it's a great setup for Stouts too, but I don't really want to start playing 18-hole courses with Stouts. I know, probably handicapping myself in some spots, but I'm going to stick to what I know for now. I don't even think I need to high tee this. Come on. That was so close. I saw Mouth earlier fire up a Dodge City, and he's like, this isn't drivable. Let me hit random tees. It's like, okay, that'll work. Boom. Like, didn't even pull it back several times. Just one swipe, nailed it. Hole in one. It's pretty impressive. I needed to cut it more right. Ooh, softer too. I forget that about this hole. This hole has some like funny physics. It's not terrible. I'm just gonna chush this because I think it'll land about 18. With the wind, it's going to land not to the right of the pin, but the right side of the pin. The left's gonna kick it back really quick and it's gonna jump right in. Ah, it landed a lot sooner than I thought it would. I think it was slightly above my feet. So instead of 18, it landed about 16. Had a good idea though. Just need to start executing that stuff better. We're getting there. Definitely rusty though. Even that last shot. I think I need to. I usually have to have like a couple of hours before I'm like thumbing it straight as often as I would like it to. Like if it's my first few rounds of the day, it's like luck. Well, you know, controlled luck if you're thumbing it straight. But it's usually off by like a hair to the right or a hair to the left. Not even like a full degree, I don't think. This needs to be about 84, 86, 87. See if I was right. Nah, bad line anyway. And I was wrong. 87 was actually good. 88 would have worked. But I love it when you're like in the zone and you're nailing stuff. Like you think of the power you want to hit and you nail it. Like to me personally, that feels like making a really long hole out, or I don't even care if I'm in the bunker here. I didn't try to do that obviously, but I don't care. It's fine. But if you can start calling what power you want to hit, and then you hit that power after you've called it out loud or think about it in your head, like you should be giving yourself a pat on the back, and you should say, man, You're gonna be, you're gonna be good one of these days. Gotta always think something positive, you know? I played that for stouts, so I need to send this a hair to the left. That's too much. Ew. Yeah, and I still got stouts on the brain. I really didn't think about that extra carry, although with stouts it probably still would have carried that far. What would have went off the green at least. That's bad. This, that's messing me up in the head. That ain't cool. I gotta stop playing stouts. I'm not blaming this shot for stouts. It's just like I'll get in the zone with barrage streaks, even titans or whatever. Even though I really don't use titans all that much, but yeah, I think I'm gonna restart this round. Like this is bad, guys. I think I've got my warm up. I'm gonna go ahead and restart. It's stats anyway. I'm not ruining a contest for anyone. All right, I got a little message here. Hey, yo, Skipper, what's up? Okay, we got Skipper Ripper in the chat. He is saying he has invented this new style. It's like a chush, right? Where you see me doing it. You see some pros like Stenmark, they'll be like, Skipper's got this method where he goes like this. Or is it just like this? I'm not sure. But basically, it's a very consistent way to not pull back the ball and hit that 40-mile-an-hour mark. That's exactly what you're looking for. And, I trust him. If that's his way to do it, then that's awesome. Like, do it. Problem is, when I try to do that, I think there's a roller right here. So there's a roller here, and then there's one that goes diagonal. I think I push it off of this roller. I can't get the ball to register when I do that. I don't know. Like, I'll try it some more, obviously, but, it's not something easy for me to do. Skipper's got it down, though. It's not hard enough, but at least we can shush it from there. 9's good. The only thing I'm thinking about for what club I pick is it going to land shorter than the pin, or is it going to land right on the pin or after it? I want it to land just before the pin, so I know the 9 will do that. Pushed it to the right. But yeah, that would have landed before the pin and then ran up to it. If I used an 8 there, we're in trouble. That's probably going to smack into the flag stick and never go in. So anything about 20 and less, 9 iron, if you don't want to pull the ball back. 1 second. Try to not mess this one up this time. Yeah, that'll work. And yeah, if you're like 24 yards, I would do the 8 iron, and then probably 28 yards. 28 yards. There we go. Had a few beers, sorry. I would do, 7 or 6 iron, and then anything like 30 to 32 or 33, do like the 5 iron, 5 hybrid. It's pretty good for chushing. Can't really do a full here. It's silly because the green's sloping right. If the green was sloping left, I would absolutely be looking at a full here. Gonna send it out a little more to the right. This isn't enough. This only counters like 4 wind, so that's going to land left. Damn it. Yeah. Man, I was thinking about pinching it out about 5 degrees. I only did 3 or 4. Maybe I did 5. Alright. And for anyone just tuning in, I'm using Barrage. Don't really need to do anything crazy on this hole. Decent line, just bad power. Like I said, I haven't played this game in a few days, so a few more things that need to click back into place. No need to really crush it down there and try to get it close. Sometimes you can get it really close though, and when it's obvious you can do that, go ahead and go for it. Absolutely. So if I thumb this about 80, it should drop dead on the pin, if not just slightly after it, and that's fine if that happens. Actually, it dropped right before it, which would have been great if we had a good line. Should have played it more aggro. It's actually a tricky spot. I think we'll just play it safe. Plan on it going left of the pin. Oops. Come on, man. Ah, that's so bad. But at least it dropped us for a putt. We lost one stroke there. That's not bad at all. Could have tossed this off to the side and had us putting for bogey. Whoops, though. Like, let's play this one safe. Immediately throw it into the water. Don't really think we need release or anything on this. Just pop it down there about 130, 135, something like that. For the line, I'm just going to pull it back about 5 degrees to the right, if not a little less than that. Hopefully my trackball actually works. Ooh, threw it back way more left than I wanted. So one thing if you're like a veteran seasoned player, the transition between jumping back and forth between stouts and other balls probably isn't a big deal to you. But the putting is definitely different. For this shot, okay, so we can take it straight at it, curve it out around, but I think it's very safe. Just to cut it slightly less than full. We could even play it ultra safe and hit a full, but we're going to land way right of the pin. If that happens, we'll still be on the green. So I'm going to cut it a little less than full. I hit the trees. I hit the trees. What was I thinking? Like, I swear I hit it out a little to the left. I guess I didn't do the motion as well as I thought I did. Because I obviously messed it up. So I was saying earlier for chushing, for chipping, you can pull it back and add a little more distance to any club you want. For chushing, the only thing you can do is hit it harder, which is a bad idea. This is not a chushable spot, so I mean, it is chushable if you get really lucky and just hit it out to the right at the right speed. I've done it before out of frustration. I'm like, screw this hole. Ugh. And, out 5 degrees and it goes in the hole. I love it. Doesn't happen that often, though. This goes to the left. Okay. No. Did the same thing earlier. Basically, I'm trying for like this 5 degree spot and I keep hitting it 3 degrees. Even though 5 degrees wouldn't have been enough in that spot. This is a bad round, but it's not as bad as the last attempt we had at this. I like to hit this to the left of the fairway just to give myself better club options here. If you hit it a little closer, all you have really is like these two. You're like, what do I do? What do I do? But hitting it out a little more to the left, you can have a bit more of a selection. That was a really good line. It's bad power. Oh my God, Skipper, I just checked my chat for the first time. I didn't even see all the things you were typing. Like, my chat's way over there, about 15 feet away. I appreciate the comments, so I'll go back and read them. But just letting you know, I haven't really had a chance to read all those. Good spot for a full. It might end up a little bit left of the pin, so I'm going to toss it out a little right. Not hit it too hard, though. I should have hit it too hard. What the heck? Did that hit something? Am I crazy? I guess I did only hit it like 120 something. Whatever. It's like I've got the theory there, but I'm like always missing one variable that like completely destroys the shot. Like I gotta do this, gotta do that, correct, correct, correct. Missing that fourth variable. And the variable there was probably like the wind was blowing really hard in my face and I shouldn't have done that. Calculate that a little better. Oh, why'd you cut it? That'll work though. Diff. Diff drop second time. Dude, I don't know. Are these new messages? There's no timestamps on YouTube. I don't like it. I don't like it. Can I turn on timestamps somewhere? Is that an option? God, dude, this beer tastes like straight up ice cold coffee with some booze mixed in with it. We can't get this there, can we? Oh my God, I need a 9.5 for this course. I think I can. If I crush it, I'm gonna put some roll on it because I want it to cut through that wind maybe. I don't think that works as well in this game as other games. Okay, that'll work. Nice. Skipper, you still dropping messages? Alright, I'm gonna check this out. Timestamp. Ooh, there we go. Alright, it took 3 minutes. Central. Oh, this is an awesome spot. I really like this spot. Let's see if we don't mess it up though. Now we're just gonna keep it here. I like this. Because at worst it hits the left side of the green. Oh, I thought that was going to be really close. I mean, it was nice and safe though. And that's the thing about fools. That's something that when I was in Austin, I saw Mark Stenmark. He was over at this table alone. I walked up. I saw him going through his phone. He was going through all of his grinder notifications. And I was like, "Hey man, I don't want to interrupt your grinder session or anything and finding dudes, but I noticed you hit a lot of fulls, and a lot of people tell me, that's crazy. Why are you hitting a full there? It's perfectly safe to do it this way or that way. And like, actually, the full is probably the safest way because you're bringing it against that slope or against that wind or whatever. And at first, it's not the safest way. It's only when you start recognizing those shots. And I was like, okay, well, good luck with your grinder, and I wish you luck, and I hope you find a guy in Austin. And he was like, thanks, man, thank you. And then he said, I love Tool. And that was about the last thing we said. But yes, Mark Stenmark, he's really cool. He's a cool guy. But yeah, if you got I don't know, I probably want to, I'm gonna stop talking about that. I'm just joking, by the way. He wasn't on Grinder, but if you want to pretend he was on Grinder, that's your own thing. I'll let you believe. I'll even, I'll give you extra details. Like, yeah, he was really like going through there. He was swiping. It's like he wasn't even picky. He was just like, yes, 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 yes. Here's another full spot. This is really good. Actually, I want to move this over, and not because of the trees, because I think a 14 wind is going to land right at the pin if we do a full. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put some release on it, and I'm going to actually send it a hair back to the left. Did not need that. Didn't need release. But it was nice and safe. See how you're fighting against that slope. And it takes a while to get used to, but once you get used to it, then your game is definitely elevated permanently. Well, stay safe, Zipper, or Skipper, Zipper. And I hope you don't get in contact with any of that crap. It's a shame. It's definitely a shame that like someone can literally fart around the world on the opposite side of the world, and that's not a shame. It just blows my mind. It's weird. Someone on the other side of the world can like fart into another person's face. I know that's not what happened here, but like that person inhales that fart, breathes it out, and like within a couple of weeks, you're breathing this guy's fart. That's the way I'm looking at this. Like that's crazy that this stuff happens. Well, that did work out. I was trying to curve it around the bar. That's fine though. And I'm clearly not in the state to be playing Golden Tee right now, but I'm having some fun. If you guys are having fun, I'll play whatever you want me to play. I'll even try some crazy shots. I'll try whatever you want. I really don't care. Come on, man. Alright, there's my Jamaica score for the month. I don't know if I'll try to improve that, to be honest. If anyone wants to beat that. I wish I could, man, I wish I could have some people over at my house right now. Like, I wish I could have a garage party or whatnot, but I really don't want to risk it. And it's no offense to anyone. It really isn't. I just, I don't know, no one knows where everyone goes every day. So, never know these days. I just hope they come out with a vaccine for this crap soon. I hope it works. I hope there's no permanent damage that it can do to you. Because it almost feels like at this point everybody's going to get it. Oh, I'm playing Barrage, but that's okay. As long as we can get that one hole. Actually, there's 2 holes on this course. Actually, 3, but one of them's really rare. But yeah, I'm not trying to like, talk about anything like that, but it's all that's in my head. It just feels like that this thing isn't going away. That was a very bad way to play that tee shot, or any shot in general. Like, whoop, blah. It worked out, but it was still like very lazy. Thinking we need to just toss bite on it. Flick it out about 3 degrees to the left, 4 degrees maybe. Ooh, that's too much. That's like 5 or 6 degrees. Yeah, it caught up. Darn it. Lazy shot to lazy shot. That's what we're looking at here. I'm not the best with pulling it back and making chips like this. I like to look for chish spots or putt it when I can. I'm gonna go ahead and try with this. So, let's be aggressive with the line. If we miss it, it's no big deal. We can make the putt from there. Nice. That was the cut we put on the ball that did that, because it kind of fought back against that slope. This is going to go about 173, 174. The wind in our face will take off about 10. And that's saying if we thumb an 80, which I love thumbing. So I'm going to go ahead and club up. This will go a lot farther than what I just quoted because it's an 8 wood. Need to be more right. And looks like it wouldn't have backed up as much as we needed. Skipperino. Don't think we really need to move the tee for this shot, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Oh, I caught that too much, didn't I? That'll work, but I still cut it too much. Ooh, no, I didn't. That was exact. Just too much power. That was right on line. A little too much. And I normally don't play Virage on this course, just because of that last hole. And sometimes other holes. This is a really short setup for this. Sometimes it'll be like farther back, and you're like, oh, I can't go for that, so I'll go out here. This is really short though. Man, I kind of gotta pee. This I could thumb it out, or pull it back and toss it out. But I'm gonna cut it a little less than full here, and toss it a little left. Eh, close. Could have got it a lot closer. Still trying to get my mechanics back in line. I'm not playing for a few days. Darn it. And if anyone has an account that's logged in, don't worry if you don't have one, but if you've got an account that's logged in, let me know some feedback, whether this mic is loud enough, or, if you want it louder, or, anything else. Yeah, feedback about it, whatever. Ah, a little harder. Did not put a lot of thought into that shot. Was just basically focusing on the green slope and what the ball would do once it hits that. Ah, this looks like a far right T-bot shot, like dead on. And a hard thumb, like a high 90s, low 100s. Oops, I sprayed that to the left, and that's not even hard enough. My thumbs are rusty. We'll get it though. Ah, come on, man. Almost got that type of chip down to where we'll be making it, every other time, if not 80% of the time. It's a good spot. A little more left. A lot more left, apparently. Only played about 60% of what it needed. Ooh, almost missed that putt too. Yeah, I'm gonna really need to go pee after this game. Oh my god. Ooh, I don't know if I can actually hold it that long. I should probably go pee. Eee! Yeah, let me hit this shot and I'm gonna go pee. Okay, I'll be back. Oh my god. Okay. Had to wash my hands. Don't want to get COVID on my junk. Yeah, this is not here, but we're still gonna whack it down there. I really don't care. At worst, it's gonna bounce off this mountain. It's like right on line with that thing right now. And then it'll kick back to the left. Oops, I didn't do a full. Second time I've done that tonight. Darn it. That's fine though. Here we could be looking at a Chush, but the wind is so strong I'm thinking though it might still work because the green is actually a left one. It says it's up four, not anything right now, but we know that it leans a little bit to the left. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. Something very aggressive. Let's do it with this. I'm not sure what'll happen. I never really trish with my 3-wood. Ah! Okay, so you see how that can work. If we pick the right club there, which would have been, oops, the 4-wood or the 5-wood. 3-wood, a little too much, because I hit that 39 and it smacked into the cup. But that's how you can make a lot more chips. Like you're taking out the pullback when you do that. Which, that can be, you think you pulled it back dead straight, and it shows that you cut it 2 or 3 degrees left or right. That's why the chush is a good thing. People don't need to really hate on it. I'm just gonna hit this with bite. A little bit too hard. Decent idea though, compared to clubbing up with backspin. I wash my hands. Hey, what's up, Jamie Dude Genius and Timothy Hill? Glad to have you guys here. Hey, and if you guys want to chat about anything, I'm absolutely open to anything you want to chat about. I might not completely understand that topic, and I'll let you know beforehand. But there's a lot of topics that I feel like I have a good understanding about. It's just I get lazy on trying to execute that understanding. But yeah, just let me know. So wanting to bring it against that right 7. I'm huge about that. Wow, I thought I was gonna actually miss that one high. But yeah, that's a big part of my game. If I see a green sloping, I like to try to click out and cut it in against that green. Unless, it's like tournament play, and that would be a very dumb thing to do at that time, then I wouldn't want to try that. Ooh, that's way too far left. Good for a putt, though. This is makeable. Darn it. So, and if you just showed up, I'm a little bit rusty right now. I've not played for several days, 2 or 3 days, and I know that's laughable, but yeah, it's not easy when you haven't played for a few days. I have been playing that GT Mobile though. I'm not trying to advertise that. I'm not sponsored by them. I actually don't like the way a lot of the stuff is set up in that game, but I'm trying to qualify for Worlds in that one. I've already got my this golden tee spot locked up for Worlds, so I'm like, I wonder if I can get the mobile version locked up as well. Like, I'm already going to be out there. Why not try for both of them? It's free money. A little bit harder, and that was so perfect. Oh my god. That was right on line. I just hit it too soft. I should have explained that shot. I feel bad. There's definitely some logic there that it just made perfect sense. I just need to hit it harder. That's what I'm saying. There's like 4 or 5 huge variables to consider during a shot. Usually I've got like 4 of them lined up perfectly and one of them terribly. It's so frustrating. That was just a little bit too much of a cut. I'm getting back in it though. I'm remembering stuff. But usually it takes me 2 or 3 hours before I feel like I'm warmed up. And some days I'm like, crap, am I like going crazy? Should I retire? Am I losing it? Yeah, like that. But I think it's just because I really haven't played in a few days. That's so bad. But whatever, that's a putt. And I'm gonna play this like a left 9. That was a bad idea. Should have played that like left 7. Maybe that was a turbo putt. I really didn't see the distance on it, but I probably should have paid attention to that. And yes, Timothy Hill, I'm just seeing that comment again, and I have definitely washed my hands. I washed them right after I peed in the toilet. I was watching this other streamer. Guy's crazy. So basically, he was saying, like, and it's not a Golden Tee player, it's a guy that plays another video game, but he was like, yeah, I live in California, and all the toilet paper is sold out around me, and you know what? I've never felt better. I just take a shower after every poop. And I'm like, what? Like, can't just take a shower after every time you take a dump. That's crazy. Like if you absolutely have to, absolutely do it. But like if you saw like he was like basically like if I see some toilet paper out the store, I don't even care. This shower thing is really going great for me. And I'm like, what? Dude, get some toilet paper, man. Like taking showers is cool, but you don't want to take a shower like 4 times a day if you have to. Like that's a little nutty. But yeah, I changed to streaks for this. Oops, I tossed it a little too far to the right. That's fine though. Um, for the Chush method, this is really good because this is going to land about 10 or 12 yards and it's going to roll up the rest of the way. At worst, it'll be right edge of the cup if I can hit it straight. Nope, I pushed it right again. I keep doing that. Is my machine offline or something? Nope, it's lined up perfectly. Sometimes I look and see if I've maybe knocked my machine a little to one side or the other if I keep missing my chushes. But I don't really like to look at the stream or the screen while I'm chushing. I like to look at the deck. Some decks can be a little misaligned though. But yeah, I just pick a spot and try to thumb it just to that little spot. It's better than aiming for a spot far away. Like it's exactly like putting in real golf. All right, here's another chush spot. We can redeem ourselves here. This will probably be a 9 with some release. Don't push it right, you jerk. There we go. Perfect. Now, might miss a couple more after this, but after that, if you warm up on that for a couple hours a day, or even a couple of shots a day, after about an hour of play, after maybe 2 or 3 hours, you'll be nailing like 9 out of 10 of those. Feels so good. So if I were to thumb this 80, it would land 144. 90, I don't know, 150, something like that. I want to land a little farther than that, so I'm not going to thumb it. I'm not going to pull it back though. I'm going to shove it out, which is harder than if I were to thumb it. 105, that looks really good. Ah, I gotta use that streaks, but that was right on line though, if I hit it right. So yeah, I could have thumbed that and probably made it. Flicked it out about a degree to the right, maybe 2. Don't need to really crack that down there too hard. 6 wood? Yes. Nah, needs more right. Keep doing that today. It's like I'm playing stouts. That shot with stouts would have been absolutely perfect. Would have been GSP. I think I'm just going to leave this naked. Run it down to the hole. Oops, that's going to land to the left, but it should be fine. Nope. If it would have touched the green first. Ah, it's cool. That works. Can we actually pull off a good round? Got one going. Feel pretty good about that. I'm just gonna move it over here. It's probably gonna miss to the left of the pin if we hit it straight, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do that. I thought it would miss to the left. That's weird. I'm playing stouts a lot, so I was trying to think like stouts does this. Okay, so this would be a little bit more. Figured it would still miss to the left. I might need one more beer. I've had one, had another. This one's about down to here, so I'm gonna finish it off and grab another beer, and then I can finish this round with my beer energy. I always like to go down here. A lot of players, they like to lay up on that left ledge, which is perfectly fine. That's cool if you want to do that. But I don't like messing with elevation changes too much. Now this is slightly above our feet. I would probably say the pin is about shoulder high with us right now, if not maybe head high. I would rather have that than a severe downhill elevation change. So I like to work with the downhill spot more than the other spot. The other spot's perfectly safe though. If you play that way and you're good with it, keep doing that. Like absolutely keep doing it. But with my logic, you can kind of see why some players go down here. Could have cut it a little more than that. Got it back to the pin. Now, here's the thing. If this game had an elevation meter that said the pin is this far downhill or uphill to your next shot, like for instance here, it would be a completely different story. I would absolutely hit to that top tier every single time. And yeah, I could just get used to it. I could figure it out, like reverse engineer things, but I would rather the game have those stats on the screen. Ooh, that's way too hard, man. See, that's a downhill shot. Like, that threw me off. And I thought in my head before I hit the shot, this is downhill. But I thought it was a 6 wood, which doesn't carry as far as other clubs. Okay, I need to actually see the tee box. This should be good. Now I'm going to put release on it and hit it like a low 90s, and it should be good. I was a little bit off, but yeah, this hole's been in money shot like 2 or 3 times for me, like just this year, if not in the last 3 months. So I've kind of got that hole a little bit figured out, but usually I use stouts and money shot. I don't like to brag about that. And that is not a brag, by the way. Stouts are kind of shady, but they're whatever. They're in the game, so I thought that would kick back the other way. Hmm. That's my punishment for using stouts and money shot. Get it? Aye. Come on, man. Don't need to go crazy with that. I know my thumb shot will get it to the end there. Now this one, I could leave this naked and thumb it. It would run up to the pin pretty well. Could pull this back, or even smash it with no pullback. I think we can get up to like 128 doing that. But I'm thinking I'm going to thumb it with just naked. Oh god, that's too far to the left. Yeah, it hit too low as well, but it's safe for a putt. Now when I'm thinking about hitting a thumb shot, my thumbs are pretty strong. I can hit on a really, really good day. Like if I blistered it, I could hit up to 110 with no pullback. Usually on this trackball, a hard hit with my thumbs would be like a 102, 105, somewhere in that range. A lot of players that I've seen can't really thumb all that high. Maybe they do from like up to like a 95 or something. And it's not like how hard you can just like blast the ball with your thumbs. It's how hard you can be accurate with it. Um, that needs more left, obviously, but I think a lot of players, low 90s, mid 90s, something like that, even high 90s. It's when you're getting up to like over 100, that's when you're like, damn, that guy has some really strong thumbs. Or. So find out what you can thumb. That's really important. And then basically, if you need something harder than that, if you're looking at a shot like this and thinking, I can't thumb it that hard, but I just need a little more, don't thumb it. Just don't pull the ball back. Do this. This will always go farther than your thumbs. And then if you need a little more than that, pull the ball back, thumb it. And if you need a little more of that, pull the ball back, smack it. That's basically the 4 styles of power you can have in this game. And there's some players that really don't like thumbs, and they'll be like, okay, well, I'll just light smack it instead of thumbing. And that's basically the same thing. If that works for you, do it, man. Do it forever. Keep getting better at it. But it's pretty easy after, a few hundred thumb shots to figure out what power like, what does it feel like to hit an 85? What does it feel like to hit a 90? What does it feel like to hit 95, And you really don't want to drop below 80 ever. You need to, like, you can drop down to like 77, and anything under that is scary. There's some safe numbers under that, like 76, 75, but like, God, if you're off on those, then you're gonna drastically lose distance if you hit a 74 or 73. It's really weird how there's like this pocket that you can hit where all of a sudden you're losing way more distance. Looked like a really safe full. I knew I was never making that shot, but it was just very safe. There's, 2 or 3 ways to make that shot. I chose to play a totally different shot and play it safe. Um, I'm just gonna smack this pretty good, like high 130s. Ooh, that should work. I got lucky. I thought I needed more. And more would have worked. I think all the way up to 140 would have caught the bottom of the green. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to shish into the mic so hard. I'm just gonna go up top here. Almost hit that tree. And we can go down bottom just as easy. I don't know, trying to find a few new ways to play this. Trying to find new ways to play every hole, but God, I cut that one way too much. Playing too much GT Mobile. So I've noticed on GT Mobile, fulls don't work as much as they do in Golden Tee. That kind of really bothers me. Like I don't like the game as it is. I'm not a GT Mobile player. I'm just like trying to qualify for the World Championships, and I'm like, man, this game is like increasingly more different from the Golden Tee I'm used to every day. Every day I play it, it's more and more different. Ah, what are you doing there? I don't know why I would ever think that would work, but I think in the current state that I'm in, I figured that would work. Got a nice little chip in there on the end. Not gonna say that wasn't luck, because I don't think I could make that again if I wanted to. What was that, Grand Teton? Try dodge. If I can't do dodge, then oh my god. Did I get my other beer? So while this is loading, I'll be back in 30 seconds, but I'm gonna go grab another beer and we're gonna continue. If you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them in the chat. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. What's up? All right, let me look at chat. You mess around with Titans at all? I like them for team. Any reason you play stats and not contests? Yeah, we can do some contest play. It's just okay. So if you look at like March or February or whatever of last year on the home edition rankings for the world, or even the world rankings, I messed around with Shit. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Oh god, I knocked over my beer while I was opening it. Now it's spewing out. 1 second. Okay, but if you look at the world rankings for both the world and the home edition, the commercial home edition, whatever, I played a lot of contest play, and that basically, I don't know, it's like a virus to me. Like, I got addicted, and I ended up like brute forcing the top spots in the world because I would play the same setups over and over, and I would take notes. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you guys this. You guys are my viewers. You're going to see some inside information. So, this, you see this right here? All of this. This is just like one pad of paper. Let me show you some notes from this. See this crap? Let me see if I can see it on my stream. These are like notes I would take on each course. Like basically treating them like the daily competition. Like hole 2, this is what you do. You hit 107, this club, BS, 4 cups to the left, move it. Hole 3, this is what I would do. I have I have boxes of this crap. I have like hundreds of pages of notes for this game that I've taken for each round that I played. And then I would try contest play again. And like the Freaky Fridays and stuff like that. You know, I don't really go out and try too much because it's still like $5 a game for me. But when I do, I can usually get it to like 2 or 3 strokes better. No big deal. Just like doing techniques I've learned doing this, but um yeah, I'll do some contest play after this and maybe even try that just for fun. Since this weekend really doesn't count, or not this weekend, this month, it doesn't count because like contest play isn't open. So if I like brute force a huge score on one of these courses, it's not gonna matter. But for you guys, that would be pretty cool. Let's say I played this same Dodge City setup 3 or 4 times in a row and showed you guys how to get it down to like a minus 35. That would be cool. Like treat it like a Freaky Friday basically because it's the same exact conditions over and over. But it's not going to be with this. So I'll have to like DNF out of this and go to contest play. Oops. Yeah, I keep flicking it to the right. That's the 3rd time I've done that today. But I'm thinking it would be okay to do that with things that don't impact the world rankings. Like the original 5 2020 courses are all in the world rankings. Coral Ridge, Castleshire, courses from last year, courses from before that, they don't impact the world rankings. So if you brute forced minus 40 somehow in that, people would be like, whoa, that's crazy. But it's okay because it didn't really impact the world rankings. Yeah, if people play that course from then on, especially if it's in like a mixed up Monday or whatever the heck they call it, I should have put some bite on that. But they'll see that you've got a minus 40 on that course, but it doesn't impact the world rankings. And I think the world rankings are something that even impact like sports betting for worlds. Like the last 2 years of Worlds, you could basically go to the Orleans or any other Boyd properties, and I think maybe even a couple other properties, and bet on Evan Gossett or Paul Luna or Mark Stenmark or, anyone that's qualified for Worlds, you could bet on them. And some people, man, they got up to like 80 to 1 odds. But, for people like Paul Luna or Mark Stenmark or Evan Gossett, they you would get like anywhere from like 8 to 1 down to like 4 to 1 odds on them. Pretty decent odds. Especially since one of those guys, or you've got your group of guys that always wins. So, but with this year, I think it might be different because with a lot of the courses, a lot of people are playing stouts. I think the game might change this year. I think a lot of people going to be making a lot more holeouts on the lighter winds, things like that. Now, there are a few courses like Castleshire and Coral Ridge, for instance, where balls other than stouts are an absolute must. And by the way, guys, on my screen, my stream is very blurry on the replay that I'm watching on YouTube. If that happens to you, just refresh the stream and it'll clear up. Oh, wow. So, I think if we had arrows here, we could get it right up to the edge of the green. I don't think we could make the green, but arrows definitely could fly almost to the green here. Oops, I should have moved it closer, but it's fine. I'll take this. I'll just hit it like this. I don't want to do a spinny, because I don't want it to hold out that way. I want it to cut back to the left quicker. That'll work. The wind is blowing a little to the left, the green is going a little to the right, and this is very good. Dead straight, come on. Ah, it's left. That might work. Nope. Just need to hit it dead straight. God, my hands are rusty. First few times I took a break from Golden Tee and came back to it, I almost quit. Because I was like, well, great. All that work down the trash. Like, flush down the toilet and but it really only takes a couple of days to get back to form. Pull this a little bit back to the right, 3 or 4 degrees, and then I'm going to toss it out to the right as well. Need to hit it harder. Yeah, just a little harder. And I guess I tried to cut it. Yeah, I think I cut it 3 degrees. It needed about, instead of 3 or 4, it needed 4 to 5, 5 to 6, something like that. So I see a lot of people go over here, especially 200 IQ player Sean Gervais. He plays over here automatically every single time, and that's absolutely fine with me. The other spot to lay up is here. Like, all you gotta do is pull it back and smack it. And every single time, the pin is perfectly in your view. Every single time, no matter what tee box, that's all you gotta do. I don't understand. Like, maybe he doesn't have to see the pin to be good. I don't know. So I'm gonna flick this out, I don't know, 3 degrees to the left. That was more like 2 degrees, but that should work out just fine. Shotties. What? No shotties. All right. And I see a lot of players play it to that spot, and I have nothing against that. You guys keep on trucking if that works for you. But I'm just saying, you can also go to the left every single time and actually see the pin. I guess it could just depend on which way the wind's blowing. I was hoping to land that a little bit past the pin. I landed it a little bit short. Darn it. Had an idea there. I would assume I have a clean round going. I haven't been paying attention but looks like it. I'm gonna 9-wood this and not hit it too hard. Yeah, a little bit harder. That was a really good line though. I just know if I click out, you're looking for like a 12. 11 to 12, something like that for a click out on a 9-wood. And it's almost the same with the 8-wood. 8-wood's like maybe truly blowing left to right. It was a diagonal. So it was kind of like you were playing it for, instead of 11 wind, you're playing a 10 wind, 9 to 10. Ah, it's too far out to the right. Should be safe, but still, that's very dumb. Should have. After a bit of practice, though, we can hit that straighter. I am almost thinking move it just a hair to the left. High tee it, put some bite on it, and thumb it pretty good. High 90s. Maybe low 90s, like a 92. Would have been right on line. Maybe even high 80s, 89, something like that. Dodge City. Let's see what pin we have. This pin is actually good. When it's tucked in a little more right, up in that little cove, I don't want to hit it to where I'm about to hit to. But in this situation, I'm going to hit right here. Put some backspin on it. Give it a little more height. Let that wind carry it a little farther. Because once it hits the dirt, it doesn't matter if you have a roll on it, it's going to stop. Don't hit the cow. Thank you. Watch that. Oh, I thought it was going to check up. Oh my god. We could putt this. We probably have to play this. I'm afraid of this nastiness that it's on in like the first 20% of the shot is going to actually affect the line a little bit stronger. So I'm going to play this like a right 5. Maybe even a right 6 would be safe. We'll try a right 5. Whew. Oh my god. Yeah, so in those spots you might want to try it as a right 6, right 7. That barely fell in the bottom edge of the cup. I would rather be falling in the top edge of the cup all day long. That's so scary. Now, I really can't click out for a full here without high T in it, which high T, you're going to lose all your backspin. This is a down 4. That's not a good idea. I want to hit this club naturally. Or I could, move this back and maybe finesse a 6 wood with backspin up to the pin. I think I would have a better chance with hitting this club with bite to get it to stick near that pin because I'm going to be cranking that shot when I hit it. Bite's going to work very well. It's a down 5. It's not going to come back too much, but it's going to come back maybe, 3 to 5 yards, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this back. It's a little offset, and I'm cheating because I have some dry erase markers drawn on my screen, and I know that this pin is a little offset compared to where the marker is. So it's a little left than what it says. I'm going to play it like a 12 wind, maybe a 10 wind. I played it like a 10 wind. I should have played it like a 12 to get it a little closer, but it was still safe. And yes, it's perfectly legal. If you take a dry erase marker to the bar, you can draw on your own screen. Like, if you want tips on how to do it, let me know. But other than that, I have no shame. It helps me study this game. Like, and at the bar, I don't do it. I I can look over at the side map on the left and I can visualize my lines that I have drawn because I've looked at them so much. It really helps. I think I'm crazy, but it really helps. Like I can click out for fulls and know where stuff is lined up. Doesn't help on putts or chips or anything, but on clickouts or to see if things are offset on a tee shot, because some holes for one reason or another, it's offset by like 3 to 5 yards, and you really can't tell that without having a line on your map. Like this is obviously offset to the right about, 10 yards. Don't need a line to tell me that, but it really helps me just by identifying that pretty quickly. I thought that was going to hit right after that. It kicked way to the left. Watch this. That would have been a really good spot to hit on the green. Darn it. All right. And a shot like that, I really wouldn't try that in like tournament play or anything like that. I would never do that. Wouldn't just get up there and be like, oh. But I just don't care right now. I'm just kind of trying to get myself warmed up. Ew, that was nasty. So definitely got a putt from, or not putt, you got a chip instead of putt if you're off the rough in that spot. Have to remember that for tournament play. Because, guys, I don't know if you heard, I am qualified for the World Championship, which may or may not be happening, but that sucks. But, it's whatever. There's more important stuff happening in the world. But I've definitely been busting my butt trying to make it happen, and it happened, and it's probably not going to happen. I want my jersey. I want that darn jersey, man. Why would you use backspin here? Because the wind is blowing so hard and bite doesn't do much. We have to finesse this. Need more left. Felt like I was tossing it out too far left. I gotta get used to this game again. This needs twice as much always. Okay, see, that was pretty close. Yeah, okay. We could have got another stroke there. I was just messing around. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream somewhat. I know I have some pretty crappy shots every once in a while, but I have a few holes, every other hole, every 3 holes maybe, that I have some decent theory behind, and some of it might be really common sense to most of you, and I understand that, but there's some people that I see posting to the Facebook group. They're like, please help me, I suck. And you don't necessarily have to actually suck to learn things. You could be a very good player and still be like, whoa, I never thought of it that way. Or that's a good way of looking at things. Sure, we'll play some more. I'm actually gonna go take one more pee break. I'll be back. But have we played Lake? I think we played Lake Powell. I'm gonna go ahead and fire up Oakwood. I think that's the one we haven't played. But then after that, I'm gonna go run and pee, and then I'll be right back. And I'm gonna wash my hands, I swear, because it's you have to do that these days. All right, guys. I'm actually out of beers. Sorry that took so long, but I had to like hunt down another source of booze. Unfortunately, this is what I have to work with. Sparkle booze. It's not even beer. It's sparkle booze. It's not right. I guess I still have like half a can of this, but I was just like preparing, you know? Let me make sure my mic is. Yeah, okay, we're good. Whew. For a second, I was like, was I just talking to myself? Come on, come back, come back, come. I knew that was gonna be so close. Just trying to nudge it one way or the other. Should have nudged it longer. Hey, so no big deal if you guys don't reply. I don't mind. But if you guys could post your player name in the chat, or if this video is old, you can reply in the comments what your player name is. That way I could put, it's kind of like putting a face to the name. I want to put the chat to the name that I've seen countless times because, most of you guys play quite a bit, especially if you're watching me play. So I've probably seen you countless times. So, if you want to say hi, if you want to say anything, say, hey, Gravy Bees, my name's blah, blah, blah. You can call me, be like, you're a noob. Whatever you want. I don't give a crap. Because there are some things, such as muscle memory apparently, that I'm a noob at. What's up, noob? I play as, insert name. That's all you gotta say. I'll be like, what's up, dude? I see you on the leaderboard all the time. I don't even care you called me a noob just now. I really don't care. That's my style. I'm a cool guy. No, that needed to be a lot harder. What the? Ah, God, dude. That's such a low iron. And that's just like they get lower than that as it goes. They land shorter and shorter as you go up. This type of chip is what I got good at in the last month. Hope I can nail that since I said that. I'm trying to really think. Like I really can't remember what cancels out what, but I think we need to actually send it just a hair left. This wind isn't going to do much to it. Not that far left. Could have hit it straight. Probably goes in. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot closer than I used to be. And I've definitely made quite a bit of those, especially on Rattlesnake. Hole 1 specifically. This could be a fool. It really could be. Really could be. Actually, I'm gonna do it. No, God, why did I do that? I need like a 10 wind blowing to the right for this to work. This is basically, I'm looking at the map, and the pin from the lines I have on my screen is about an eighth of the map. And I'm at half the screen, which is, half a map. It needs to be, yeah, this needs to be, I could actually club down and high tee this. That could work. Let's try that. Ooh, ooh, that's way too far. I never tried a high tee, but yeah, that would have been a decent line if I hit it softer. It would have landed on the green and checked into the pin, basically. That's what I was going for. Okay, so this could be a Chish type shot. I just have to hit it harder, like a 60 instead of a 40. Yep. Did I hit that 60? Is it gonna replay it? I just want to see the power that I hit. 68. Wow, I hit that a lot harder. And I think if you hit that straight, I hit it a hair right, but I think if you hit it straight, it goes in as well. I don't think we need to high tee this. Can't remember. Bite. Don't really need backspin. I guess backspin would have been pretty decent. Idiot, dude. I'm so rusty. I need to focus. I'm just like, blup, 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 blup. I need to actually focus on things. It's kind of hard to do. Like, I've got so much stuff on my mind. Like, I'm just doing this for fun, guys. And the game's not really automatic to me yet, to where I can just walk up there and be like, blup, blup, like I've been doing. Like, it's not gonna, I'm not the mouth, you know? Like, I understand quite a bit of it, but still gotta think of it. Can't just automatically do it non-brainer. That's why those guys are so good drunk, because the alcohol relaxes you, and to them, they can still be drunk, and it's just automatic. And I totally understand that. I was that way with like Tiger Woods games and things like that, where you could just press an X button to hit the power, press an X button to hit the impact, and watch the shot. And then you're like tap, 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 trying to put spin on the ball, tapping the X button or whatever it was. Man, it's been like 10 years since I played Tiger Woods, but that was pretty fun. Thought I missed that. Ooh, do I have any more chat messages? I hope I do. Dude Genius. Awesome, man. Yeah, I've seen Dude Genius. So I'm trying to find out who is Luna on GT Mobile, because it's not Paul Luna. It's someone trolling. And I'm thinking it's Danny Boy, Bob Squibbs, because he's like the biggest troll, and I could see him doing that. But it's definitely not Paul Luna. But he's like the best um, average score on GT Mobile at the moment. Oh gosh, I swear I was gonna mute that, but I just straight up burped into the mic. I'm sorry about that. It's been a carbonated alcohol night for me, guys. I'm gonna hit a spinny full. Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna cut it to full C to make it come out like this and come back like this. But I don't want it to cut back too much to the left, or else it'll end up to the rough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin it before I hit, and it'll make it hang out even more to the right before it comes back. I should have high teed it, but that is the exact reason why people do spinnies. If you don't want it to hang out more one way, don't do a spinny. That's all there is to it. And I hope that makes the game easier for you. Just that one little tip. And it's true. Like I'm not BSing. I'm not making stuff up. That is something that not a whole lot of people actually know or think about. Like, spinning the ball doesn't do anything. It doesn't make it go farther. And I'm like, it actually does things. It actually does. Like, I've recorded this game. Not while streaming. I've got this capture device. Try to show it off to you guys without cutting off the stream. But this is it. It's an Avermedia. It looks like a Toblerone. And I can do offline recordings without even using a computer. All you got to do is you plug a SD card into it and you hit record. You press the button on the top and it'll record. So I basically, like, a lot of the times when I'm not streaming, I'll walk up to my machine, place them closest to the pin, I'll hit record. That's why I got like these goofy videos on my YouTube of me like 3 hole-in-ones and a closest to the pin. Like, who cares? But like, I've never done that before, so I upload it to my YouTube, and maybe you guys might think it's cool. I don't know. But that's from me walking up to my little thing and pressing record, and really, I didn't look at the numbers at all. I just hit that, so that was my bad. My bad. We should have made that one easy. I'm getting lazy the last few days. So I saw Mark have issues with this one earlier. Very similar one. I think the wind was actually blowing more in the face, but I'm gonna. Yeah, we're gonna roll. We'll do a spinny. That wasn't even a full. Okay, we're good. As long as you don't touch down in that bunker first, you're fine. I think actually if we would have cut it a little more full than that, like to a true full, it would have been short into the bunker. Sorry for my camera work there, my bad. And that was a bad shot, but it should be fine for a putt. This plays almost like the green. You just have to treat it slightly more. Not even that much. Slightly more, especially since it's a down 2. So we're playing this like a left 5.5, left 6, something like that. Ooh. Yeah, I played it like a left 5, to be honest. I told myself 5.5, and I played it like a 5. But I also said it should be played as a left 5.5, left 6. So I knew it should be played harder. I just didn't know. So we're all learning something here. Hope you guys learned from that. That was Streaks, by the way. If anyone can learn, I'm happy. Just please use me in your World Championship speech. Be like, I made that putt because I watched Gravy Beast one night on YouTube, and he was saying all this crazy stuff, and I trusted him, and I made that putt. Won me the World Championship. I would appreciate it. Like, as long as I'm not playing absolute complete garbage, I'm sure you guys will be fine. But everybody can learn from, little mistakes every, here and there. Yeah, they're frustrating. Okay, so I'm thinking here, this looks like, okay, so I've got a line drawn basically on the side map here, right down from the pointer to my ball. This looks like it's offset about an eighth of the map off from that. Not a full quarter, about half that. I'm thinking, oh, I'm not going to put roll on it, by the way, but I'm thinking I'm going to play this a little more than the gap when I pull it back. If I pull it back straight to the gap, I don't think it's going to cut back enough. A little more than the gap, I think it'll cut back about an eighth of the screen against this 18 or 13 mile an hour wind. So I'm going to try that. A little more than the gap. And then I'm going to knock it straight up with bite. And this is a 6 wood, so it doesn't go as far, so that should be fine. Thinking high 120s, maybe low 130s. Ooh! I hit that a little soft, but that actually works. I was going for way more power than that, so that's awesome. Alright, we all learned something. It's like the Golden Tee gods are wanting me to have a good round for once. They're like, yeah, we know what you're going for, but we're going to help you out. That would be way too much power, Gravy Beast. So on this one, with arrows, I've made the green a couple of times. I've got one on my YouTube that I have set to private. I could set it to public if people really want to see it, but I don't know, it's like 380, 390, something like that, and the wind's very similar, and I just crush it there, and it completely flies to the green. With streaks, you can't do that. You have to lay up on this hole every single time, unless the wind is really hauling butt at the green and it's like 380. But arrows really, really fly far, guys. I'm not joking around with that. It's something to look into. It's just a really hard ball to play. Very easy full there. I'm sorry I didn't explain that because it's like click out and you'll get it close. Look, but basically if the wind's like 11, let's say 10 to 12 miles an hour, you can click out the opposite direction of the wind with a 9 iron or even an 8 iron and usually be pretty good. You know, if the green slope is crazy in favor of the wind, you don't you don't want to do that. But if it's canceling out the wind, then absolutely go for it every time. I just don't want you to get in a spot where you're like, oh, I saw Gravy Beast do this. It's very easy and very safe. And he says it's the safest thing in the game. I should do it. And then you try it and it doesn't work out. It's because when you're hitting a full, into a green where the green's sloping the same way the wind is hauling ass, that's not a good idea. Or actually, that is a good idea. But, I'm sorry, the beers are kicking in. But yeah, okay, so you always want to hit a full when you can. Like this spot, not a good spot for a full. Let's say the wind was perfect for a full here, where you could click out this way and hit a full. You still wouldn't ever want to do it because look, it's a right 7. That means the green is sloping to the right severely that way, and you're going to have it hauling ass that way. You don't want it going more that way. That's not a good idea. But if the wind was like a left 7, absolutely all day long. If this wind was, or if the green was the left 7, you get what I'm saying. I'm a little drunk, but trying to ingrain this. I know I sound repetitive, but I know someone's going to watch this, either a replay or whatever, and it always happens. I'll get a message on Facebook, and they're like, "Dude, you made something click," like, or I get it. Like that's an easy concept now, and I'm like, thanks. Like it's really cool. I haven't had it happen in a while because I haven't streamed in a while, but it probably shouldn't happen all that often anyway. But this is a bad, bad spot for a full because the pin's already offset quite a bit. Like this isn't online. This isn't online. I'm thinking we'll just keep it here. Um, Maybe put some bud on it because the 6 wood goes shorter than what it says. I'm not going to pull it back. I'm just going to jam it forward. Let the wind bring it back. Yeah, that's close enough for me. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I played a couple of holes pretty stupid this round, but we ended up with the 26. That's not too bad. If we have any requests in chat for courses, I'm totally open to basically anything. I'll give you guys a good 30 seconds for that. If not, I'll just start up something random. Maybe I might go try some Mayfield. I haven't tried Mayfield in forever, and kind of want some nostalgia for that because that's the year I started playing this game, is 2018. So Jamie, what do you guys play in Vegas? I'm really curious. Like what intersection is it on? Because I'm kind of familiar with the Vegas area, especially around the Strip, like Rainbow and Valley View, Sahara, Tropicana. I know those streets. Oh, okay. So that's off the Strip a good 5 or 6 miles, right? I'm gonna go ahead and play Mayfield. I haven't played Mayfield in a bit. And I used to love Mayfield until they changed the tee boxes, and then I was like, oh, I hate this. But now that I've learned cuts better, I'm like, oh, that's not so bad. That's like derp derp, and you're on the green, like hole 15 or whatever it is. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, 111, 320. Okay, so I guess I played this maybe 2 weeks ago, but I was probably really drunk then too. Yeah, okay, so that's over by God, what is that casino? It's called like Red Rock or Suncoast or something like that, right? I used to go to one of those casinos up there in that area because I was renting a place through a B&B. I've never played Streaks on Mayfield, I don't think. I'm gonna go ahead and try. I don't honestly don't think you need them actually. You know what? Just for shits, let's go to Stouts just to try because Mayfield's a really easy course. So if I'm gonna get used to playing stouts on an 18-hole course, I should try it on Mayfield. Why not? I don't think I need a high tee this at all. I think I'm gonna put backspin on it because the pin is on the front part of the green, meaning if I just barely landed on the green, I want it to stop as soon as it gets to that pin. On that note, I might even put bite on it because look how much room we have to work with. That's something you need to consider. We've got a good, 10 yards of room to work with there. I thought I would carry it farther than that. I'm not used to stouts yet. Hold on, let me look at the comments. It's probably a little closer to the strip than the Sun Coast, but in that direction. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So check this out. Um, one summer, so I used to deal for the World Series of Poker, right? And one summer, I met this European guy. He was from the UK. Very nice guy, very cool guy. He could get all the babes. He could get all I wasn't interested in the babes. I had a girlfriend at the time. But he could get it, whatever you want. If you want some of this or some of that, or, I'm not going to talk about that on the stream, but he could find it. And he was very charming. He would always come home with, a new chick basically every night. One night he came home with like an MMA fighter who was in town for the night and or for a few days because she had an MMA fight at a casino and she ended up sleeping with this guy. Well, his friend came into town and his friend was really cool. He was from the UK as well. I just totally messed that up. I played that for like a streaks wind. I wasn't really thinking that because I was thinking about my story, but it's fine. That's totally fine. This story's really good. Um, darn it. But anyway, the first night we picked up his friend from the airport, from the McCarran Airport or whatever they call it in Vegas, and we went to Taco Bell because he had heard of this glorious product that we had in the U.S. called the grilled stuffed burrito, and this was like 10 years ago, back when they still had the grilled stuffed burrito. And so we were like, absolutely, let's go get you a grilled stuffed burrito. He ordered that and, one of everything else on the menu. We were on our way to Walmart because he always wanted to see a Walmart, plus he needed to get stuff. And so he goes into Walmart and we basically lose him. We get all of our stuff, go outside, sit in the car. About 30 minutes later, he texts us and said he's done. He's got everything he needs. And this is the Walmart on Rainbow Road, like way up there off the strip. I'm not quite sure what the intersection is, but it's definitely on Rainbow. And he said, guys, I've had the total American experience. Um, so I need to go take a piss and blah, blah, blah. And we were like, yeah, where were you? We lost you. And he's like, it's okay. I'm explaining. He had to take a piss. And apparently when he went in there, there was a tranny giving an older fat guy pleasure in one of the Walmart stalls that he opened up. Like they didn't even lock the door. And I'm like, welcome to America. And this was like less than an hour after his plane had touched down. And I'm like, dude, this is hilarious. Like I'm so glad you experienced this. And then after that, we were on some we were going to some like another fast food place like In-N-Out Burger or something on like Valley View, and this Aladdin on a magic carpet just like floats by us. Like it's like a full size, like I don't even know what this guy was on. It was like 10 foot long, but it was like a magic carpet. And is this guy looking like Aladdin? He was just like doing this and like just like casually going by and like blasting this music. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's America. This is totally normal here. That's what happens every day in America. Is people floating on magic carpets while you're ordering your food from In-N-Out Burger. That's that's how America is. He was like, dude, America is awesome. And then, okay, so like 2 days later, I'm like picking him up from his apartments on same. It's like those extended stay apartments on Valley View, and we went to the it was called Tacos Mexicanos or something like that on Tropicana, and right next to it was a Wendy's, and there was this guy ramming his car into the Wendy's sign and honking his horn, and he was like peeling out, like he would back up, peel out, and then it'd be like boom, boom, and he was like screaming. He was like, "F you, motherfucker! I hate you!" And I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy! You should watch this." And he's like, "Oh, this is typical America. It's no big deal." Like he thought like this straight up scene from a movie was like typical happened every 10 minutes in America, and he didn't need to look back. And I was like, dude, there's like a helicopter and police cars like circling around and like trying to like chase this guy, and he's like, yawn. Like, dude, like, no, dude, this is not common. This does not happen all the time. This is really rare. You should watch this. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff that happened in that town. I keep forgetting that I'm using Souts, but I think I'm getting used to it because the last two shots into the pin were pretty good. Yeah, that guy was crazy. And then, so Tropicana, especially around that Tacos Mexico's or whatever it is, or and like Wendy's area and the extended stay, really close to the strip, it's really packed with cars. This dude, once the cops flew into the parking lot and the helicopter was swirling around, he like fishtailed it, like burned out, and flew into the traffic. And I was like, yes, 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 yes. We're about to see like the coolest wreck I've ever seen. Like, I don't want anyone to get hurt or anything, but maybe someone could get $100,000 settlement out of it. That's good for them. But no, this dude just like cleanly cut. Like, he's going like 50 miles an hour through the Wendy's parking lot on Tropicana, like basically right across the street from the In-N-Out Burger, if not like a little more down from that. And dude just like goes into traffic like it's no big deal, and all the cops do as well. And I'm like, come on, man, this is like NASCAR. Give me a cool wreck. I don't want anybody to die or anything, but that could have been so cool. And like British guys like, so I see this on TV all the time. It's perfectly normal in America. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Turn around, dude. This is exactly why you're on vacation, to see this stuff. And then tell everyone back home it's normal. That guy. Oh, I missed it. Darn it. I gotta play more serious. That guy was pretty funny. I had to hit him up again. I haven't talked to him in, geesh, 5 years. No, way longer than that. Probably 8 years. I always go over here on the original tee boxes, you would generally go out to the left, basically every time. Don't think we need to put anything on this, just thumb it up, maybe a hair to the right. Let the wind help it to the right the rest. The wind will force it back to the left, or the green will force it back to the left. There we go. A little more to the right. But that was basically every variable you need to know about that shot, considering we don't know the elevation. Yeah, man, I lived in Vegas, probably a good year of my life. My brother and his wife followed in my footsteps, dealing the World Series of Poker, and they basically lived out there maybe 2.5, 3 years of their life, but they just moved back to Oklahoma because it's cheaper. Their money can last longer while because they basically, at this point, they only deal for the Venetian whenever they have big tournaments, and then they deal for the World Series of Poker circuit events. And circuit events, it's like a Golden Tee event, the Peg Tour. We only have one every 2 or 3 months. And do you want to drive up to New Hampshire to deal a circuit event that you're going to make $3,000 over the course of 10 days or 2 weeks? Or do you want to, wait for the one that's 4 months from now that's right by your house, in Reno, Nevada? That's basically what they're going through right now. And plus, with the COVID issues, they're out of work permanently. I should have hit that harder. I forgot we were playing stouts, and I didn't calculate the wind carrying the ball less. I thought that 13 wind would totally carry that all the way to the pin. With any other ball in the game, yes. Not with stouts. I needed to hit the crap out of that ball. Basically, with stouts, wherever you need it to go, that's the power you should hit. Don't count on the wind of carrying it. 10-5 should snap back more. Oh crap, get under. Get. Yes. Yes. Chat, we got lucky. We got really lucky there. I'm not, incredibly excited about that, but I am very happy. But yeah, basically when I lived in Vegas, I lived on hmm, uh, basically I'm trying to think the road. It was like more towards the stratosphere up the strip, if you think about it like that. Like, God, what was that called? Or more towards downtown, you know? There was like a weird area where like you were trying to go to downtown, it would split off into like train tracks or whatever. Dude, here's what you could do. Have you got your room locked up for Worlds? Do you have room in your house? Like, I'm not trying to make this awkward or anything, but if you got an extra room in your house, I'll totally take it as an off the record Airbnb. I'll pay you. It's just, we got to get up to the Orleans at like 10 a.m. every day, and we got to stay there till probably 2 or 3 in the morning every day. That's my schedule for that weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I want to be up there very early, and I want to be home very late. Like, I would like to stay at the Orleans so I could just basically walk to my room all drunk. But if you would like to do this, if not, don't worry about it. I don't care. Like, it's kind of weird thinking about it, actually. But it might be fun, you know. If you live too far away from the Orleans, this would not be a lucrative investment. Plus, I have my wife, so, maybe she might have plans of her own. She gonna rip me a new one, basically. But I don't smoke, if you smoke, that's no big deal. I don't give a crap. We really can't get over this bush, can we? What do a zero hybrid? What's that for? What is that for, Gravy Beast? What do you have there for? Crazy ass. I used to play really crazy. I don't even think we can get it over it with this. So what I'm gonna do, put some bite on it. I'm gonna cut it around that. It shouldn't be too hard. Just hit it harder than I think. Hit the green? Okay. That's not the best. Okay, I was playing that for a regular ball, where I thought the 9 wind would blow it back more. And apparently that didn't happen with stouts. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how my wife would feel about it. That's exactly like my wife, dude. Don't worry about it. I really don't care. It's no big deal. Um, yeah, I was just throwing that out there just for fun. I didn't know if you're like some, multi-trillionaire and had a ball in extra house. on your property. But I totally understand. Um, Basically, I'm probably just going to be at like the Orleans and whoa, I tried to move my club. I could have hit the ball very easily doing that. Yeah, I'll probably be at the Orleans very late every day. Um, Probably because I will stay there. Hey, I cut that too much for stouts. The regular ball that might have held off to the left a little more. Yeah, it's definitely a ball you gotta get used to. I don't use them in 18-hole play. Look at that. It's definitely a heavier ball. Like imagine stouts as like a cannonball, like a lead ball compared to a golf ball. Like it's gonna grip the green harder and roll a bit more. Although I do have my head up my butt and I'm not paying attention to a lot of this stuff. There we go. That's too hard. I almost hit the back of the green though. Very, very close. It hit the fringe. I think if we just chush this, it'll go about 10. Okay, this could work. This could work. Ah, so close. I had an idea. So yeah, I've been playing that GT Mobile though quite a bit for the last 3 or 4 days instead of playing this because I want to like double qualify because I think it would be funny more than anything to have someone qualify for both the regular GT and the GT Mobile because I don't know if they know what to do. I think it would be funny. So I've been trying to do that. I got my level up to like basically the max level. And I haven't played this at all in a couple of days. Wow, I really screwed up the last 3 holes. Other than that, it was kind of fine. I think we messed up like here and there, but it wasn't that bad. You know, just for fun, I'm gonna cancel out of this and I'm gonna play some casual closest to the pin just a couple of times, and then I'll go back to this maybe. But I wanna use I want to show off some stouts play on closest to the pin because I think I can get like 2 hole-in-ones after what I've done tonight. I've got it set to the hardest difficulty as well. One second. So for balls, we're going to go over to stouts. For clubs, we'll go to the 2020 set. And then that's it. We're done. Ready to play. Don't need anything on this ball. The left 2 is more of a concern than what the wind is. The wind plays like probably a left 2 as well. So I'm going to go ahead and move this for a left 4, basically. Cross my fingers and hit the ball straight. That's how you play this. I thumbed it out to the right just a little bit. It did curl in a bit left. I think it would have ended up a bit right of the pin if I hit it straight. Probably about 2 cups, maybe 1. So for a right 3, this is a left 6. We can't move this that much. We need to take about half that wind off to make it into a 3. So I'm gonna play about 3 and cross my fingers. That's too much. I played it for like 8. I should have thumbed it out about 2 degrees instead of 5 or whatever that was. Okay, left 6. This one's very simple. Left 6 is automatically all the way over. Now it's down and yada yada, so whatever we need to hit needs to be softer. Can move that back to fix that. Actually, not too much. Also, the wind blows a little left, so we need to thumb it about 1 degree, if not a little less than that, to the right. That's 2 degrees right. I should have put some bite on that. Yeah, that would have been really close with bite. And maybe back the tee box. I really need to get my thought process back. Like, this is getting frustrating. I'm not getting them, not making them in the hole. All right, let's move this for like a 1.5 wind. It should be about right there. Maybe some bite on this, and I don't trust that to work. It might not get there. Might be short. Boom! Ultra shot. Look at that. Didn't even count as an ultra shot. I don't care. Maybe backspin, but we need to hit it hard if we put backspin on it. Like at least 132. I think more. Aye, 132 would have been freaking perfect, man. Seriously. I'm on to something here. That's one of the reasons I like calling out numbers. It makes you feel good. It makes you realize you're on the right track. Like, start doing it more often, and seriously, it feels good. Way less than full. Oh, that's too close to full, especially the stouts. Yeah, that works, so that's very safe. Very safe. Oh, I was trying to putt that. Oops. Did you see that? I went for it and I missed it. That's how many beers I've had. Hey, but you know what? I'm sticking them that close, that's fine. As long as I don't crack my hand into the front of this, I'm good. Um, this is very close to a full. We'll go for it, but we're gonna have to toss it out right. More right than that. With any other ball, that would have been okay with like a straight up hit, but with stouts, we need to toss it out right for a no click full. See, any other ball, I want to hit a full here. This one, I'm gonna have to be careful. Oh, I hit a full. Try to cut it less. Oh, that actually works. Look at that. Very nice. Very close. I'm gonna be right back. Gotta go pee again. It's very bad. Alright, I'm here, but I'm going to walk over to my computer for a minute and try to boost my viewership on social media. So I'm gonna be like 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute. I'll even talk through what I'm doing if there's anything going on. Let's see. Let's look at Facebook real quick. Justin Wilson and Skipper Horner like your post in Golden Tee Home Edition. That was cool. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I'm gonna mute my mic for something else. 1 second. I'll be back in just like 30 seconds. But I'm still here, like 5 feet away. Alright, I'm back. Oh gosh. You guys have any course recommendations? If not, I'll just play whatever. God, I might just like crank the random button a few times and see where we land. Or we could try to play like Castleshire or Coral, just to like brute force it, and eventually we'll find a setup where I can hit the perfect round. But I really don't care. We could do that in contest mode. Okay. Invites. I don't have any invites. Really don't. Alright, we'll go to contest mode. We'll go to Castleshire. Contest mode. Castleshire. Swipe. We'll play this. If I think it's a good setup, I'll write some notes on it, and then I'll play it one more time. And we'll see if we can get it to like a 2 better after one try. Could take 2 tries, but I think we can get it definitely after 2 tries. And I'll even explain the notes that I'm writing down for each hole. How to like copy the shot and make it and everything. It's pretty easy. Okay, for this one we're definitely not using stouts. We're going to use streaks. And I believe that's 1,000,000% of the time, unless we go through this entire setup and we notice that all 3 or 4 of the holes that could be crappy are actually drivable. So apparently I'm on bronze tees. I didn't plan this. I guess I got on this drunk maybe a week or two ago and got myself down to bronze tees. So we're gonna have to deal with bronze tees. That might help us out here. It might not, because sometimes the bronze tees are actually harder. But for the most part, I think it'll give us a couple of good holes. Like this hole is actually set up pretty good. Actually, I messed it up, but it's okay because I'm gonna actually maybe play this a couple of times. We can try for a Josh here, but with deep grass, I'm thinking It's not gonna get there with the Chish. This would get there at a normal route very easy. Actually, it would go like 30, 35, 40 yards with roll. I'm thinking we need to try this. What? I pulled it back. I didn't even notice that. I'm gonna try the same thing because it's whatever. It's all practice. Who cares? Oop, I sent it out to the right. Yeah, if I would have hit that straight, that might have gone in. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it either goes in or lands on the very left edge of the cup. So that's a safe play if you want to try it in the future. I just scooped it up twice. Did I play that for stouts? Oh, I smacked the crap out of that. Yeah, I really need to think about these shots. Just sucks, man. Like, in my prime, I could play these electronic golf games and drink an 18 pack of beer and not really have to think things out. And people are like, how do you do it? How did you get 6 hole outs last game? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, why don't you ask me more specific questions? And with this game, it's like a totally different thing. Like, I try to drink and play this, and it's like drinking and playing bowling or darts. Like, you're either good at it or you're not. And at the moment, I'm not. It's okay, though. I don't really care. I'm already qualified for Worlds, so all I have to do is, practice my ass off in the last 2 to 3 months leading up to Worlds, and I'll be fine. Just have a little nerves to deal with. But I'm not expecting, to freaking win the World Championship the first year I qualify. If that happens, then it's going to be a fluke, and I'll always look back at it as a fluke. But yeah, dude, regardless, I think I'm going to end up staying at the Orleans because I kind of want to just like walk up to my hotel room and crash after I. Because, dude, you're going to be hanging out with like Pauluna and Brock and, you know, all of them. All of them, dude. Chad Hart, Seth Harris, Stenmark, all of them, man. You're going to be hanging out with all of them until the sun comes up every day if you want to. And it's fun. Like, do it. If you can, do it. It's 3 days of your life. And you might be able to keep some of these guys out of trouble if you know what I mean. So I would do it if you can. Cause I've totally done that. I can't think of any good examples, but I know I've done it. And I know my brother was there with me when I did it. Like, I think one time I was with Richard King. I was like, Richard King, look, dude, everybody else is in bed. And then I went to bed. And then my brother's like, he texted me like 2 hours later and he's like, dude, he acted like he was gonna leave, but he ended up talking to me for like another hour and 30 minutes. I'm like, that's Richard King. This is literally like 5 hours after my brother met Richard King for the first time. And I was like, how many shots did he buy you? And he's like, 20, dude. I don't even freaking know, man. It's freaking crazy. That's Richard King. But you gotta watch out for Paul Luna. He knows his shit. He's not a dummy, but sometimes he likes to have too much fun, and gotta make sure he paces himself. Because a lot of times we're standing around, we're like, "Where's Luna?" And people are like, "I don't know. He disappeared." And like 2 or 3 hours later, he shows back up, or he's done for the night. Just like it's too many drinks in him too fast, and it's too easy to do in Vegas. But dude, that's the best. Like I just started playing 2.5 years ago, and a little bit too far right. And I went out there to Worlds. I was like, I gotta see if this is a game I need to continue with or if it's not worth my time. I went out there to Worlds and I was like, holy crap. Like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And like, I looked at all those guys, like Evan Gossett, Paul Luna, and Stenmark, and like everyone I've ever seen on one of the streams as, like a PGA Tour professional. Like, that's how I viewed him. I was like, wow, these guys are like legit athletes. Like, yeah, we don't make as much money or anything, but just like the dedication it takes to learning something, like these guys are like legit. And man, that meant something to me, and it got me hooked. I was like, these people are real, and like these are real friendships too. Like these people are legit. They're cool. Like even people like Aljaz, the guy gives me shit all the time, and Whammy. Like I still like those guys. Like yeah, they give me shit so much. But it's whatever. They give everyone shit. But I like what they do. I respect those guys. I respect everyone in the Golden Tee community. Unless it's like absolute dick. If someone's like doing people wrong, then I don't want any part of that. But it's such a cool community. Like I played so many electronic golf games in my life and I end up like getting to first place. And this is the game that's completely humbled me. That's all there is to it. This game, there's a physical aspect to it that's not in other golf games. Like other golf games, you set the line you want to hit and you set the power with the X button, clicking a mouse button, hitting a space bar, hitting a button. And this, you have to hit exactly that power. And it's very tough to do. And it actually, I think it deserves a bit of respect, just as much as bowling does. I honestly do. But it's kind of like riding a bike. But with riding a bike, after a few hours maybe or a few days, a lot of kids usually get it. Some kids take, a week or two or maybe a couple of months to get it. This game, I swear, the intricacies of this trackball could take years for some people to figure out, and I'm unfortunately going on that. Like I'm at like year 2.5 now, and I'm like, I think this is good. And when I pull the trackball back, in some spots I know the exact thing to cut it to, but there's some clubs and some spots and some winds and some slopes and whatever that I'm like, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's a lot different from anything I've ever played. This game has completely humbled me. And I'm happy with that. Like this is like my workstation is right there. That's where I make all my money. It's my computer, my desk, two monitors, a little freaking file cabinet thing, knickknacks and Rubik's cubes and puzzles and a couple of cups of water, and that's my workstation. That's where I work every day. That's how I make my living. I work from home. Even before the coronavirus happened, I work from home. And I'm cool with that. I'm proud of that. And I really make a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but I for working from home, yes, I do. But I have some really cool clients and do some really cool work. And it's just this is it's a fun thing for me to do to be able to walk, 10 feet from my work if I'm having like a frustrating thought and be like, let me hit a shot of golden tea. And, or, I have nothing to do. Or, I'm not working, obviously. That's the best time to play golden tea. Sometimes you need to clear your brain, and walking away and smacking a few shots for a minute or two, man, it kind of helps me get through like my work day. I'm glad I have the job that I have. And no, I don't sit around playing Golden Tee all day. But sometimes it's cool to be like, God, I'm so frustrated. I'm gonna go smack this trackball for 3 or 4 minutes and get back to work. This is a great spot for a no-click full, and I'm really glad that I have witnesses here. So basically, we want to have some type of spin on this, and we're gonna hit it hard. That way it lands past the pin. We have super spin. We're gonna put bite on this. We definitely don't want backspin. I'm thinking this is going to land basically right on line with the pin if we cut it to full C and then smash it straight up. I don't think it'll ever cut back to the sand trap. I don't think it'll ever cut back too far to the right. And this is with streaks, guys. This is not with stouts. So if you can do this with streaks, you can do this with almost every other ball in the game. That's about how the cuts in this game work with the wins. If you're using stouts, it's going to cut way back to the left if you do this. So I'm going to smash this straight up. Now, what we're going to do, full C, and we can double check that. Basically do it until it barely, there you go, and just like that, and straight up. A little bit out to the right. But you see how that lands left of the pin with the right 7, so yeah, it's going to kick to the right. Like, we really can't send it that far. We can't send it any more to the right than that. Like, the only other way we could play that is to click out to the left and kind of cut it back in to that. I don't know how to explain that. Like, that's as severe as we could have cut it against that. I like this landing it in that patch of rough in between those two sand traps in the green. I don't think I'm going to move it over here because it's going to move it farther back, and I want as much distance as I can get. Like, I know we're going to have to land left of the pin. That's fine. Wind's going to push it a little bit back, maybe like 5 miles an hour. Go ahead and cut it back about 10. I completely cleared that. I didn't think that would happen. I thought I would have to land it on the rough. That's crazy. Wow. So right here, I'm not really. We could crank this and easily clear this, I think, just straight out. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, that's safe. I was gonna lay up to the right of those bunkers, the 3 bunker dots up top, or in the middle of the screen. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, so when hitting this club, I'm thinking when this lands, it's not going to roll out at all. It's going to kind of trickle off to the side. It's never going to keep rolling because we've got a 15 wind in our face. And I think 15 wind on a 5 iron is going to basically stop it. Like it's going to basically go when it lands and kind of trickle over. So I'm thinking it's going to land short. If I just try to smash it up, it's going to land a little bit short though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put release on it to make it trickle up a little bit when it lands. And I'm going to throw it out to the left to counter a little bit of this wind and a lot of bit of that green. The green is going to make it roll over more than the wind does. Actually, it's very close. Very, very close to equal. Like we're playing this almost like a right 10, right 12, if you think about it like that, if you want to calculate the wind in. So I'm going to smash this out, I don't know, 10 degrees to the left. Actually, that was like 6 degrees. We'll see if that does. Yeah, that was actually a really good line. Just hit it too hard. Smashed it too hard. I don't think I get down it that hard, though. I just got a little crazy with it when I went through with that. Yeah, it makes sense. Do like to think things out. That way I mean, even if it's the simplest thing, it might seem repetitive, but it'll make you get better. God, I hate this spot. 15 right, and then a right 5 on the green. Everything's going right. And I like to think in these spots, if you can get this line just perfect, it's still going to bounce to the right because it's almost like this right 5 green is a multiplier more than anything. Like, yeah, we all know it's going to go more to the right, but this is like very sloped green. Right 5 is really sloped. And then one of the hardest wins you can get in the green or in the game. So I'm gonna still play it like this, but I'm gonna play it to the far left of the green, and I'm gonna crush the shit out of it, basically. So okay, that worked out. I just figured if you try to play it like a math aspect, like I don't know, it just seems like the farther the green leans in one direction when the wind's blowing to help that slope, it's going to be like exponential how much more the ball's going to bounce. Like there's some spots where it's impossible. Like if the green's like left 8 and the wind's blowing to the left like 10 miles an hour, like why would you ever like try to cut it into the wind? Like the only option would be to hit a full in situations like that. That's why you really got to learn those fulls. Or when you could like hit like slightly less than a full. It's so important. Like it won't save you like one stroke a game, but it'll randomly save you like 3 strokes in one game. Every other game. It's crazy. Fools are crazy. They don't you don't use them that often. But I do have rounds where like I'll use like 5 fools around or like 8 type of shots that are like a little bit less than a fool. I'm drinking this the Smirnoff Sparkle booze. God, it like literally tastes like a flower, like rose petals. It hurts. I'm all out of beer. All right, I wish I had like a 9.5 here, so I could hit like a 9.5 with bite. But this 8.5 comes in like so sharp. It's like a 1 iron or a 0 hybrid type flight. A little bit higher than those. No. Whoops. Yeah, I messed it up. I usually don't have problems with hole 18. I don't know what it is today. Ooh, I wish I had an 8 iron for this actually. Maybe a 7 will work. I've never tried this. Because it's in deep grass, it takes off the chip, so this should work in theory. Ah, nope. It didn't work. Deep grass takes off way more, and it's probably the elevation that impacts that as well. I don't know. Let's try an 8. Let's try an 8 wood. Let's try to chush that. Nope. Well, okay, it's safe, but it doesn't go in. Alright, whatever. Screwed up that one. I don't know. I might do another random course. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. That was very bad though, compared to what I shot in the events mode. Hey, but I was totally sober then. I was not drinking sparkle booze or the stout Java brews. I haven't played Crawdad in forever. I haven't played Palmetto in forever. I'm gonna do Palmetto for now. I think I could. I think I can do good. I think I can. I really want to do Rattlesnake. Maybe after this, I can do Rattlesnake. Yeah, it's been forever. Look at that. But I've played some holes. Like, there have been some holes on, like, Freaky Fridays and things. I don't remember. I think this is fine. Maybe. Maybe a little harder than that, man. Maybe an A1 works? I don't remember. But we can shush. We can shush this. We got this. Yeah! Come on! No! Uh, uh, no! I just needed one more club. That's basically the distance of each club. So an 8 would have totally went in. Or you could be very safe and hit a 6 wood, but anything more than that will lip out. That's how Chishas work. Like, the distance is there. But yeah, that's about the gap, I think. If I try to visualize it, that's about the gap between each club for a Chish. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel it is. This barely doesn't have enough to cut back with this full. It needs to be a little more to the left on the map, the pin. This is a really tough pin. Actually, we could just pull it back. Okay, I know how I can do this. Derp. I was overthinking it. Ooh, I stuck it out too far to the left. Huh. It's okay. If I try to chush this, it would be the perfect yardage and roll right past the lip to the right because of the wind. So I'm going to actually need to cut this back a little bit to the right, a little bit above the knee, and hit about a chush speed. Oops. A little more than that, but you get the picture. Or you can use your 6-iron or whatever you want if you want to jam it in the cup. I should probably be doing that myself. I need to stop chipping with that sand wedge. It's stupid. It's not as aggressive as you need in this game. Yeah, we'll use bite. I think this will... No, this isn't going to get there. Shit. I want to move this more for the green. The left 3. Just thumb it straight. It's a little bit to the right. Fortunately, that will not help us. Darn it. I think we might have been able to tee that perfectly straight off without moving it. Like 80 with backspin. Might have zipped in the hole. Kind of looked like it. So a couple of my bags go between 5 hybrid or the 5 iron with super spin. So watching this stream will kind of show you what each of those clubs do. Pay attention to the meters and the miles an hour and things like that. A little too far right. Actually, a little too hard. Gosh. Ooh, we could have some fun here. I think I'm going to put backspin on it. Just be really aggressive. Actually, don't hit it that hard. Yeah, that's good. I like it. Oh, it hit the fringe first. I was thinking it was going to touch the green. The fringe and it kicked up a good 15 yards more than it should have before it backspun. I've seen bite on this. Even though it's down 6, we could use backspin actually. That's a viable option. We'll just have to hit it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit it slightly harder than I would with bite. Huh. That's fine though. Coming after you, Super J Biatch. This needs more points and better shots, right? I got this. This one's always like a layup hole. So, just get the 10-5 because the 10-5 cuts back more to the left than any other club. And use the 10-5 and you'll cut back closest to the pin. There you go. That's my thought. So I want to leave this naked because I know it's gonna hit this back part. I'm wondering, do we need bite? I'm just thinking leave it naked, right? Don't even put release or anything. Just kind of thumb it out for like a 7 wind. Oh, I thumbed it for like a 4 wind. I want to get back to that spot so I could try that again. God, I feel so bad. This is terrible. Come on, go in. Redeem. Redeem yourself. Redeem it. That was still pretty smooth. I liked it. Ah, it went in the water. Alright, let's try to do I don't know, some type of chish type shot, you know? Let's do that. It's gonna land to the right of the pin. So we're gonna actually have to chip it. Aye. This round has exploded. Oh man. Feels so bad. Alright, I'm gonna try that same shot, but a little bit harder. We'll, we'll fix it. Oh god, that was way harder. Alright. At this point, you know, if this was in like a tournament or something, I'd probably just concede. No virus. I just have allergies. Bad allergies today. My eyes were watering. Yeah, so if you guys can just like not mind the idiot mistakes I make every once in a while, pretty much have a good stream going. Land that on the back of the green and have it zip up. That's my plan. Not bad. I figured that would work out with that slope and wind, but nope. Hey, okay. I don't know how much longer I can go on this. I'm gonna go ahead and probably play this one out. A little less than full. Not sure why I put backspin on it. Ugh. I played that like a 7. It was very deep in the fringe though. It's pretty bad. Okay. A little to the left. There we go. I mean, what else can you do? For this look, actually, for this look, you go all the way down, right? Yeah. Yeah. Let's go all the way. And you have a nice clean thumber into the green. You don't even have to pull it back. Absolutely. Let's put some bite on it, not even backspin. That's how much I trust the 6 wood to go the distance it should go. Oh, that's too far right, but that should work. Sounded like there was someone coming into my door. Maybe I should investigate that. So, hold on. This This is like right behind my door, so if someone comes into my house, I can be like, get out of my house, I have a spear. You know? It works. Ah, it's too light, you donk. It needs to be like 84. I'm playing like I really don't care. Like I'm not like, ooh, a chip. Let me pull this back and chip it in. I'm just like, poof. Just don't care. Trying to get the hole over with when I mess up, which is not a good way to play, but whatever. Up. So we should probably put some roll on this or something. I don't even know. I don't know. Really only did that because we had like a 14 or 15 mile an hour wind in our face into an uphill green and just seemed best strategy to do was put roll on it. Release probably wouldn't have done anything. Roll barely did anything. Let's put some backspin on this. I want to have a chance to actually make this. Doesn't seem like a hard chance at all. We can actually hit the power. Come on. Ah, very close. Very, very close. Oh well. Ah, I mean, I think if I left it naked, it would have went way past the hole instead of short. My bad, guys. I'm ready to get this over with. I'm kind of like feeling a little tired and done. So I'm just smacking the ball. So, my bad. Don't mean to play like an idiot. And it continues. I just need to hit it a little harder than that, actually. No big deal. Whatever. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it after this one. Actually, this looks pretty good. I'm gonna club up. This will cut back a little more and put some bite on it, smash it. A little to the left. Oop. Hit it a little too hard. Oop. Oh my god. That would have been the coolest shot of the week ever. I almost did it, guys. I almost did it. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna cut it right there. So, thanks for stopping by. Do your thing. Follow me, sub, whatever. I don't care. Um, I don't know when I'll stream next, but it'll be sometime soon. Later.